Hello again and welcome to another edition of Southern Country. Hi, I'm Herb Suds and welcome to the show, my friends. We're in Lambertville, New Jersey at the Holcombe-Jimison Farmstead. And the man standing next to me is the Presidente. Tell us what we're going to see here. Man is Irv Hockenberry. Welcome to the show, Irv.
Well, our first main building is a new building which is going to house large farm equipment. The next is turning into the general store and post office. And beyond that, if you go around to the right, is the old 1711 farmhouse, believed to be the oldest recorded house in Hunterdon County. Then we come to the herb garden, then the print shop, and on to the blacksmith shop, and on to the large barn, which has 3 stories of different exhibits, from an old kitchen to a doctor's office to chicken exhibits, woodworking shop, garden exhibit, and ice exhibit, and a lot of sleighs and various farm implements throughout the museum. And we welcome you all.
Well, Irv told you what's here. We can't show it all to you in a half hour. Irv, where are we?
We're in the blacksmith shop at the Holcombe-Jimison Farmstead Museum, and our blacksmith, Bob Gibney, is here working on, I don't know exactly what he's making today, but he's making hooks, he tells me. So you can talk to Bob and he'll explain them to you.
All right, Bob, tell us what we got here.
What we got is a blacksmith forge. I'm burning soft coal. I'm cooking it down into coke. I'm putting air through the fire here, and I'm going to pull these irons out and hammer them. First thing I'm going to do is draw a point on it. You draw a point, you hammer and point. Nothing to it. What I always tell people is anybody can do this. That's why there's so many people named Smith. But it's true. Nothing to this. Everybody used to do this. Every farmer on a farm used to do this. It's not a lost art. People tell you it's a lost art. It's not true.
What do you do with that point after?
I'm going to put a little curlicue on it. Put a little curlicue on it so it looks nice, so it looks like I didn't buy it in Home Depot. Then we're going to take it over to the vise, put it on a pipe. I'm going to grab a hold of it with one tongs, and I'm going to bend it with the other tongs, put it back in the fire, do the same thing on the other end, and you got a hook.
There you go.
What I tell people is anything you can hang on a nail, you can hang better on a hook.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Well, we're here at the print shop. Doug, what's in the print shop? And tell us a little history about yourself so you know, so we're a little authenticity here.
Well, it's a typical old-fashioned print shop. The handset type, the press, the letter press is 1880, and there's posters around the room telling you about the early printing. The cases of type over there are typical of the time past. In each case, there's the uppercase, which are the caps, and the lowercase are the lower letters. And the good variety of type over there, primarily from 14 point to 24 point.
Can you roll me out this morning's news?
No.
You didn't do that, huh?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, thanks a lot for being on the show, Doug. Appreciate it. Irv, tell us about the windmill.
This is actually a working windmill. It was a donation here at the farm. It pumps water like a rod pump, the rod pumps came later than the windmill, but used the same process. The rod pushes down and pulls up. When it comes up, it brings water with it. And usually they have a big round barrel type about halfway up the windmill that holds water, but we didn't install that, so it usually pumped the water up into there, and then the water fed into the house is by gravity.
Here at the homestead, and Lena's going to tell us more about it.
Okay, this was originally built, the original part, which is down that end, was built in 1711 by John Way, then later sold to John Holcombe, who lived in it until it was finally, after a number of owners, it was sold to Mr. Jimison. And Mr. Jimison, first the railroad came through and chopped off part, then the toll bridge wanted to take part, and he decided that the way to save it was he deeded it to the Hunterdon County Historical Commission, and was able to save the property. Then they gave it to the farmstead people so that they could set up this museum, which was done by a bunch of farmers who wanted to keep touch with the old way of life, which is fast disappearing. And
that's about it.
that was it.
That's about it. You did all right. All right. Well, Irv, we're going to wrap the show up. We're going to wrap the show up by a fence, but I want to thank you for being on the show with me.
Well, I thank you for coming, and it's been our pleasure, I'm sure, to host you. And we wish you all to come back again someday.
Oh, maybe we'll come back and visit. Tell us about this fence before we wrap this show up.
Well, this is a split rail fence, and this is the way they built them in the old days. They didn't dig post holes, and they didn't use nails or anything. They just laid them up, and they held up very well to control the cattle.
Interesting. And all the wood was cut here on what normally would be cut on a farmstead.
Yes, that's probably right, but this was imported from somewhere.
Okay. Well, once again, thank you for being on the show. We just showed you a little bit of what's here at the Holcombe-Jimison Farmstead in Lambertville, New Jersey. Why don't you come and visit?